Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Me First Mornings. I am your host and energy alchemist, Patricia Rivera Wolfson. I'm an intuitive coach and energy healer and a wife and mom of 3 boys. And my mission is to teach you how to, number one, calibrate your energy, number two, how to integrate self care into easy, doable steps. We'll be talking about that today, and how to shine your light onto this world in a way that makes sense for you in your own unique way, because you have a light to shine on this world. And in fact, that is your purpose. That is your mission. So, my mission is to teach you how to shine that light. All right. So, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so right now. I would so appreciate if you would go to Jumpstart for Change on YouTube and just select that little subscribe button and ding the notification bell, and then you will get notified when I'm on the air. And for those of you who don't already know my schedule, I am here every Monday through every Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. And on Fridays, I do a little episode called Fun Fridays, and I get to pull cards for any lucky viewer that is present. And so far, I've been able to pull for just about everybody that shows up, but you never know. So come early and let me know if you want a card pulled. But that's tomorrow. Today, we are going to be talking about something that's very near and dear to my heart, and that is the daily ABCs. And if you're wondering what the daily ABCs are, well, either you have not watched this show, although I don't talk about it every day, or you've just you haven't talked to me, because I talk about it as well to most people that I speak to. So let's get into that. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get myself organized. Here we go. Okay. So what I want to talk about, the daily ABCs, is it's not really a system. It is something I like to keep in mind, that I try to focus on. And so I'm going to share that tool with you specifically, and how to use the daily ABCs. And just to give you an idea, ABC is in fact an acronym, as are most things that I work with, because I love acronyms. And the A stands for an action you're avoiding, B stands for your body, and C stands for something creative. And so what it becomes is, the daily ABCs becomes like your daily to-do list. So often we get inundated with, things we need to do, and responsibilities and obligations, and we put ourselves to the side. Well, this is Me First Mornings, where I teach you how to keep the things that are important to you still in the forefront. And how can you integrate being present with yourself, taking care of yourself, and any sort of self-care practices? How can you integrate that into your life, into what exists as your reality right now? Because not everybody's reality is the same. Not everybody has the same amount of time to dedicate to themselves or to their interests, right? We all, some people have children, some people have small children, some people have older children, some people are caregivers of, other adults or parents or family members that are struggling for any number of reasons. And so it can be really difficult to carve out time for yourself to take care of your needs. So the daily ABCs is something that I came up with, that is just like, try to do these 3 things in your day. And if you can do, these 3 things in your day, you're going to find that you calibrate your energy automatically. Like, it calibrates for you when you set the intention to do these things, and the day goes much, much smoother, and everything kind of just works better, especially when you are doing these things, keeping your GPS word in mind, right? And we talked about the GPS word yesterday. For those of you who missed yesterday's episode, please feel free to go, onto YouTube and click on that episode and watch. It's all about the GPS system. But for those of you who are interested in sort of starting to take a look at the GPS word, or are interested in learning more, then go ahead and download my free workbook, the free GPS workbook. You can go right ahead and download it and work on it on your own. It has several questions, great prompts for you to figure out what is your word or feeling, or your vision for the future of what you want to capture in your life, what you want to embody in your life, how you want to move through the day. So the GPS workbook is a great place to start. And then the day-to-day work is connected to the daily ABCs, right? The day-to-day work that you need to sort of, not that you don't need to do anything. And every piece of information or tool or strategy that I share with you, I don't believe that anything is a must, even though sometimes I'm like, you must do this. But that's more coming from my passion about, how something is working for me. But I always like to remind anybody watching, if I share something and it doesn't resonate or it doesn't fit into your life, then it's just not for you. That's not the tool for you. But if it does resonate, or you're like, oh, maybe I can try, maybe I can try incorporating that into my daily routine. If that feels easy and it's something that you can do, then I really think that this is a tool that can help. We've done it in our home. And if you read my post about this episode, it's not something that I do each and every day, even though I call them daily ABCs. It is my goal to do them daily, but I can promise you that when I actually do it, when I stick to it, and I do something that is an action I'm avoiding, I do something for my body and I do something that's creative, I feel my entire body just explode, right? I feel the vibration raising because it is exactly what my soul needs, because you're dealing, or you're connecting with your mind, body, and soul with the daily ABC. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit more later. I just wanted to give you sort of a rundown right now in case you wanted to just sort of be like, okay, well, what is this daily ABC thing is? What is it about? Oh my God, mouth is not functioning today. So, what is this daily ABCs about? That is what it's about. It's about just a quick little check of, have I done something that I'm avoiding? Have I taken an action that I've been avoiding? Because that's going to help you, and I'll tell you why later. Have I done something for my body, right? Also, really helpful, like connecting with your body, allowing your body to rest, doing whatever your body needs or requires from you. And C, of course, is creativity, right? Which is connecting with your creativity, which is allowing your soul to express itself through that creativity. So if you are hitting all those marks each and every day, then you are spending time with your mind and your body and your soul each and every day. And that's about as complete a day as you can expect from yourself. Okay. So let us begin by setting the tone for the day. We're going to do our morning ritual, which is, of course, for us to clear the channel, right? It's also for us to charge up, right? Because that's what we're doing. We're clearing and we're charging our system, right? We're like booting up our system. All right, here we go. And we are connecting with spirit, right? So we are clearing the vessel. We are clearing the vessel. We are connecting with spirit, right? And we are charging our system for the day. We are charging our minds, our bodies, and our souls, right? And we're calling in the beautiful healing light from the heavens. And we're also calling in the physical aspects and that beautiful life force energy from the earth, and we're calling that in too, and we are charging ourselves with the power that we are made of, right? Because we are made of the stars, we are made of the earth. And so when you put the stars and the earth together, you get a human. You also get, Mother Nature's many I was like, many creations. That's the word I was looking for, creations. Ugh, my brain. All right, so here we go. Let us start by lighting our candle. Good morning, Mom. Everybody say hello and good morning to my mom, who is watching this morning, one of my faithful viewers. There we go. Candle is lit. I'm going to use my clear quartz crystal roller ball because we're going to amplify this shiz. I hope there's no children watching, but I did say shiz. But yeah, like I tend to curse. And if that offends you, I apologize. That is not my intention. It is just the vibration of curse words feel good to me. What can I tell you? And I'm all about the energy, right? So I can say what I want. All right. Okay, so Now that we've done that, we're going to take our deep breaths and we're going to center ourselves this morning. And so, as I said before, we are going to connect with, of course, the sun. We're going to connect with the healing energy that comes from the sun, all that information, all of that beautiful energy that fills us with our directives, right? Like with it has all the information. The sun has all the information of what we need to do to grow. And so we're going to take that all in and charge ourselves up with the sun. And we're also going to have our feet well planted on the ground and charge ourselves up with that life force energy. So just imagine the top of your head opening up, and you're going to imagine like liquid sunlight just pouring in and fueling you, right? Charging you up with that healing energy that is the force that keeps the entire world functioning, okay? Because without the sun, we would be done. All right. And also, you're going to have your feet well planted on the ground, and imagine that you are soaking up and charging with that life force energy, right? So literally like just like a phone, you stick it on the charger. Our feet on the ground is like charging with the earth's life force energy. And we want that. We want that life force energy. And I want you to imagine that's literally your battery is just filling up. Your whole body is filling up, right? Filling up with that energy, filling up with that life force, filling up with healing so that you are totally connected. And also that energy in your body, anything stuck, stagnant, or dense, it's just going to break apart and fall away. And when we exhale, we are going to release all the things that don't serve us. Yesterday was the full moon, so we are still in that full moon power. So if you have not yet done a little full moon ceremony, if you don't have time for it, it's okay. But if you do, all you need to do is sit down, take a moment, write down the things that you want to release during this full moon cycle. Then you can go outside, or, you can burn it up. You can just wet it and let it dissolve. You can bury it in the earth. Just set the intention that you are releasing all the things that don't serve you, and you are asking the goddess of the moon to support you and help you with that. All right. So, oh, hi, Eleanor. Welcome. Aw, I love you. You're amazing. Thank you for being here. Okay. So let us do those deep breaths together. We're doing 3 of them, remember? And I already explained what to do. So open up the top of your head, get your feet well planted on the ground, and we are going to charge up this morning. We're going to clear the channel, right? We're going to connect with spirit, and we're going to charge our systems for the day, okay? And hold. And release. Okay. Whew, I need that breath. All right, we're going to take another deep breath. Once again, we are clearing the channel. We are connecting with spirit, and we are charging up our vessel. Okay? Deep, deep breath in. And hold. And release. Oh, my shoulders like stay right up to my ears. Clearly, I need some more tension releasing. All right, last one, make this count. We want you to increase your capacity for breath. We want you to increase your capacity for life. We want you to increase your capacity for healing energy. Charge yourself up, okay? So let's do that. A big, big, deep breath as if we are putting gas in our bodies, like gas in the car. This breath is like the gas for our vessel, right? So we want to bring in as much as possible. And hold. And release. Beautiful. Okay, that's our breaths for this morning. Now I want you to just, once you've taken some breaths and you kind of feel yourself a little bit more grounded, I want you to just release some of the tension in your body by stretching. Okay, stretching your neck, stretching your arms, stretching your back, stretching your legs, stretching your feet, whatever you can stretch. I definitely hold a lot of tension in my upper back, so I do a lot of that. Also, if I was to stretch all the other parts, you wouldn't see me. So, I'll do that later, but you guys can stretch. And every time I stretch, every time I feel kind of things popping, I feel more energy entering into my body. I feel things clearing through my body. And that's why it's so important for us to stretch and to really release the tension or discomfort that we are feeling, because that is like energy balled up inside, blocking us from flowing freely, right? From our vessel flowing freely. I don't even want to talk about resistance or dreams or what you're blocking yourself with. I'm talking just about the physiology of our body, right? Which is that when we feel tension, when we feel pain and discomfort, we are holding on to things physically in our body. Energetically, we are holding things. And so this exercise of releasing the tension is meant to clear the channel even more to keep things moving. Okay, now let's shake it out. Woo! Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Good morning, sound. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Okay, so now we talked about the GPS word yesterday. I also talked about earlier in the show. So now I want you to pick your GPS word, or if you don't know what that is, that's okay too. Uh, Excuse me, you can go ahead and download the GPS workbook if you need to figure it out. Obviously, not at the moment. In the meantime, all you need to do is pick a word or an intention. What do you want to accomplish today? How do you want to feel today? How do you want to embody the person who you desire to become? Right? How can you walk through the world today in a way that shows you in your highest and greatest place, right? Like when you are at your highest and greatest, what are you like? What does that look like? That's what we want to put out there. That's what we want to set the intention so that we can show up as our highest and greatest selves each and every day at each and every moment and allow the GPS word to guide you into figuring out what that means for you. What does that look like for you? So let's start by just setting an intention of what we want for the day, or just setting the intention that you want to embody your GPS word. And so, you need to focus on what you want to create or how you want to create it in your day. And we're going to ask for support from the angels and guides. And you can either join me in the prayer that I've written for this, or you can just set your own intentions and say your own prayer depending on your spiritual or religious beliefs, something that resonates with you, of course. All right, so here we go. Sorry, here we go. Here is the prayer. Divine Mother, Infinite Father, Creator, Ascended Masters, Archangels, Spirit Guides, and all beings of 100% pure white light, allow me to be a clear and open channel of your light and love without hesitation or ego. May the highest vibration of infinite consciousness connect with my higher self and release any and all things that no longer serve me. I ask that Saint Germain and his infinitely powerful violet flame burn away the things that no longer serve myself or humanity and hold us back from our divine existence. Help us embody our intentions for the day and help us to raise the collective vibration for the highest and greatest good of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, and so it is. All right, thank you. Now I'm going to pull a card and tell you what the guides have to say about today's little topic. In the meantime, I will finish telling you about the ABCs. So honestly, this has been one of the most transformational tools that I have come up with. And here's why. Because it becomes like a little game. And I'll go through. It becomes a game because you're like, oh man, I haven't done the A, I haven't done the B, I haven't done the C, right? Or sometimes I'll just tell the kids, have you guys done your ABCs yet? And half the time they don't know what I'm talking about because they never listen to me anyway. But but every once in a while, I can get them to do something, and then they're like, oh, that felt really good. All right, so what is it? What are the daily ABCs? I already talked about them a little bit, and I think you got the idea, but I'm going to talk about them a little bit more. So the idea behind the ABCs is nobody wants like a crap ton of things to do, right? And some days, like there's going to be things you need to do for work, there's things you need to do for your home, things you need to do for yourself, things you need to do for your family. There's enough things to do on a daily basis that when people kind of make the suggestion that you also need to do things for yourself or make time for your self-care, if you're anything like me, that probably makes you want to scream and shout and punch somebody in the face because you're like, how on earth am I going to have time for self-care? I barely have time to go to the bathroom. And depending on your situation at home, if your kids are really little, or if you have, kids that you are in the process of maintaining, meaning, you're changing diapers or they really need you present and you have to take them to, every part of the house because they need you there. then your life is very different, and what you're able to do or not able to do can change. So I came up with this little simple system that, at the very least, if you can do these three things for yourself and fit them into whatever part of your day that you can, and incorporate that into the things that you're already doing, you're going to find that everything starts to shift and change. Okay, so the first thing is A. Um, the A of the daily ABCs is an action you've been avoiding. Now, you are can probably relate, if you're watching this, to a list of things that you have to do, but you won't even touch it. Or it's just like, ugh, every time you look at that list, you're like, ugh, no, I can't even deal with that list right now. And it could be simple stuff. It could be, decluttering a closet. It could be, a email that you need to send, but it's not pressing, or something. Very often it's something that's, probably for your personal benefit or for your professional benefit, but because we always put our own needs on the back burner, we just don't do those things. Or there is resistance to doing it. There's some sort of energetic resistance, right? Where it's like a big step, even though it seems small. And you may just not have the energetic capacity to deal with it. So that's the things on the to-do list that you may or may not have written down. Then there's this whole other level of things that we're avoiding, right? Actions that we're avoiding that are not even on a list. And those particular items that you haven't even written down, you are avoiding them on such a massive level that you won't even write them down because you're like, I'm not even going to do it, right? So for myself, because it's all about me first here, and I'm also an open book for the things that I can be an open book about. I'm an open book, right? I just tell it like it is. So for me, that's writing my book. Okay. So I've been talking about for like 5 years about writing a book. I don't even write it down as a thing to do because I'm just like so in the avoidance stage of writing it that I don't write it at all. Um, but there are other things that fit into that same category, right? I'm using that as an example because maybe you have some big project or it's like some big thing. It's like one day I'll get to it and this is my dream and I want to get to this. And, days and days and months and, years and years go by. And before you know it, you're like, how have I not done anything that I wanted to do in regards to this particular project or to this goal? Because it's daunting, because it's scary, because you have a crazy life, because we've been in a pandemic for 2 years, because we have a crap ton of responsibilities. And, life just takes over. So one of the ways to combat this is this daily ABC system that I've created, right? And so the A is do something that you've been avoiding. Just do one thing. So if you want to do a little bit of something and tackle that thing that you haven't even written down, let me tell you, when you choose to take an action on something that you have been avoiding on a massive scale, which is like it doesn't even enter into, you don't think it even enters into your thoughts, it's that big, right? Because you have such a block towards doing it. When you are able to do something like that, what happens is that the energy that you release from attacking or taking steps towards an action you've been avoiding is that you are able to release the energy that you've been holding, the energy of getting this done, right? Because every time you have something to do, it's like this little piece of energy that, like, I look at it as like a little piece of energy on your shoulder, like, don't forget, you got to do me, and you're like, nah, don't even talk to me, right? And you kind of like shove it in a pocket or you stick it somewhere else on your body and you're just like, nah, I don't even want to see you, right? So when you do something you've been avoiding, not only are you sort of getting rid of the energy of the thing you have to do, let's just imagine this thing that you have to do, it contains energy, right? And you avoiding doing it, you are kind of like pushing it away, right? So it takes energy to push it away, to push it out of your mind, to stick it in a pocket, to put it under the, under the rug, so to speak, that also takes energy. It takes energy for you to put a wall up between you and that thing, to not think about it, right? And to push it away. That is active energy that is being spent in your brain, right? And I said the A part of this whole thing is the connection to your mind, right? So if you want to release that weight and that heaviness, that overwhelm that exists in your mind, then the first thing you need to do is an action you've been avoiding, right? And there are going to be actions you've been avoiding, like, putting away laundry, right? And that holds weight, right? If once you do that, you feel better, right? So you're able to put away the laundry, and also you release the energy of avoiding the laundry. So the energy of the laundry and the energy of avoiding the laundry, you get to release all of the energy attached to that. Likewise, as I said, when you have something that's much bigger, something that's taking a lot more space energetically in your mind, something that's like, a life goal you've been avoiding, that's a lot of energy and space that it's taking up in your energetic field, right? And it becomes this like albatross on your shoulders that you barely even acknowledge is there, because it's kind of become part of you, because you've been avoiding it for so long that the weight doesn't feel unusual. The weight feels like the normal thing. But then once you attack it, once you take that action, then you are able to release the energy of the thing and release the energy of the avoidance of the thing. So it's like double your energy, like double mint twins. I don't know. It's like double your energy gets released, and it makes a huge difference, and it creates a huge shift in your energetic field, and it makes you feel good, right? And then you're like, wait a second, if I can do that, man, I can do something else. And so what happens is that then when you release that weight, you feel lighter and you can pick up the momentum, right? Because then you feel confident. You're like, you know what? I've been avoiding that for so long, and that only took me, because it's always the way, the things that we've been avoiding. Then when we actually sit down and do it, we're like, oh my God, why did I not do that for so long? That took me, much less time, depending on what it is. It can be 5 minutes, it can be 20 minutes, it can be 7 days, but you thought it was going to take you months. Who knows, right? So that's the first thing I recommend is please, 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 when you are feeling completely overwhelmed, the first step is, okay, let me do something, an action that I've been avoiding. And I promise you, it will shift things. You will feel the release of that overwhelm to a certain extent, and it will give you the clarity and confidence to continue. And you can take advantage of that momentum. And then you're like, okay, that feels good. What's next? Then you do the next thing you've been avoiding, and then you do the next thing you've been avoiding. And before you know it, that list of things to do, both the one that you've written down and the one that you've been avoiding, it starts to get done. And that creates momentum in your life, and it creates a lightness of being, and it also creates happiness because you start to feel confident about being able to accomplish the things that you set out to accomplish. And it also improves your relationship with yourself because it allows you to answer and to address and to validate that little person inside of you that's constantly like, hey, we need to do that. Hey, we going to work on this today? Because that person exists inside of you. All right. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card. The next, because here we are, talk too much again. Thank you, Leslie. Not that I talk too much. It's just that I get excited about these things, and I want to make sure that it's super clear that you understand how to use these tools that I share with you. All right. The second one is body, right? So the mind, taking care of the mind is the something you're avoiding. That's the A, daily ABCs. And B is your body. Do something for your body, right? Now, that can be doing something physical, going for a walk, going dancing, moving it, stretching it, doing yoga, whatever. Right? It can also be being mindful of your body and connecting with it and asking it, what do you need from me today? Right? And maybe your body needs to rest, or maybe your body wants to become adorned, right? Like, so you're like, I'm going to dress you up today. So you put on a little bit of makeup and you put on a cute little dress, or you put on, something that makes you feel good. Paying attention to your body, loving attention to your body will also give you the momentum and the confidence to move forward in embracing your body and embracing where you are with your body. And I know that that's something that each one of us needs to work on. We all need to improve our relationship with our bodies, where we put so much pressure on what we want our body to look like and feel like, that it's time for us to just take a step back, stop having any expectations from our body, and simply connect with it and say, hey, how can I support you today? And if you ask your body what you can do to support it that day and really listen, you'll see also that will continue to help you shift your energy around self love. It will help you shift your energy around your life in general. All right, the last one is creativity, and it's pretty simple, right? ABCs, right? Something you're avoiding, taking care of your body, and creativity. And that connects with your soul. When we do things that are creative, that is our soul expressing itself. Whether you're a painter or a dancer or an artist or, a writer or an actor, or, you're good with arts and crafts, you like to do things with your hands. Whatever it is that you connect with as part of your creativity. I mean, you could be an architect and still connect with that creativity, of course. You can be an accountant and still have, a way that you can express yourself creatively. But only you know what really connects with that creative part of you. And allowing yourself to connect with your creativity is one of the ways where you can connect with that inner child, the inner child that all of us have. Because when we were children, all we were was creative, right? Like every moment of every day was us being creative and allowing our minds to imagine and play. But then we are, it's kind of like structured out of us, right? And so that's a really important, I think it's something really important to maintain in your day-to-day life, is some sort of thread of creativity, some connection with your creativity. So if you do these daily ABCs each day, and like I said, it's very, very simple. It may not be easy, but it is very simple to just pick something that you've been avoiding and take action on it. Connect with your body and connect with your creativity and do something to express yourself. And you will feel your vibration raise and shift in a way that you haven't before. And the more consistent you can be with it, the better your results. All right, let's see what the cards have to say about this, and then I'm going to wrap it up because I've been pushing the limits on our time. I do really respect your time, and I appreciate you being here and watching. Also, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, Jumpstart for Change, please go to it and do that now, and spread the word to any of your friends who may find this useful or helpful or fun. And tomorrow is Fun Friday, so make sure you show up if you want me to pull a card for you. Look at this. The card today is number 42, Wide Open. And I love this card because, first of all, 42, great number, right? 4 and 2 is 6. So if that's important to you, then maybe this card has a special message for you. But Wide Open is all about the possibilities. And I love how I pulled this card during the daily ABC discussion, because when you do your daily ABCs, what you are doing is you are creating an atmosphere where anything is possible. If you have a system in place where you are taking care of your very basic needs, right? And basic needs are your mind, your body, and your soul, because all of those things are part of you each and every day. You are responsible for what goes on with your mind. You are responsible for how you treat your body, and you are responsible for how you express your creativity or whether or not you express it. And to be to really exist in that holistic view, like taking care of you, of all of you, not just what you look like, not just what you say, but really taking care of all of you, is a practice. And it's a practice that if you do it, right? Taking care of your mind, taking care of your body, and taking care of your soul, you are going to open up the possibilities, because you are going to be raising your vibration. You are going to be changing your relationship with yourself, and you are going to be shifting that relationship with spirit, because that's all spirit wants for you. That's all source wants, is for you to feel limitless. And the more you do for yourself, the more clarity and confidence you will get as to what your specific mission is. And you will understand how you can shine your light in the world, because that's all you're supposed to do. So figure out, how can you shine brighter? How can you show up for yourself? And I think a really great place to start is the daily ABCs. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that was helpful. If you guys have any questions, if you need any support, I'm always available. Just reach out to me on private messenger, or you can just make a comment on one of my videos and tag me. I will absolutely check it out and get back to you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Enjoy your Thursday, and I will see you for Fun Friday tomorrow. Bye, everyone.